Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and it's your end of year reading, Aquarius, for November and December 2019. So what we have for you in your recent past position, we have the Devil and we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. For your focus energies at the moment, we have the Justice card and the Wheel of Fortune. What a combination. And then your near future, we have Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles. And then what Tarot says is the likely outcome of the situation. If things carry on in the current energy, we have Strength and we have the Eight of Cups. So we have a lot of major arcana here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus, these are very powerful cards as well. So this is a pretty significant end of the year, Aquarius. And, we are wrapping up a decade. We are wrapping up a decade. And, there's obviously something here that really wants to transmute for you. There is something that's coming to a head. It's a huge completion taking place for you. So let's go to your recent past. We have the Devil and we have the Ten of Swords reversed. I'm going to flip it for the ease of reading these cards, Aquarius. So we have something huge that wants to complete, but we have something stopping that from completing. So, Ten of Swords in reverse would be an ending that's not being allowed to take place, staying in that stuck zone. And why would we do that? Well, because we're under the hypnotic gaze of the Devil. So Devil energy can be that sense of codependency. So maybe some of you need to complete a relationship, but you're not allowing that to complete because you're sort of under the spell of that person. Maybe they've been controlling towards you. Maybe, you don't want to allow that to end because you're worried about how life will be without that other person. Maybe you don't have the finances. Maybe, you rely on them for a lot of things. So you're getting some kind of payoff for the cost of staying in that situation. Same can be said in the workplace. Maybe some of you have been staying in a job that has been, stressing you out. Could have been like sort of draining your energy, maybe even leading to fatigue, depression, that kind of thing. But you're staying there for a reason because, you might be getting the pay that you need. Maybe you are being sort of manipulated into it. Maybe you feel like you can't leave. That's the Devil energy. But, this is unsustainable. The Devil has these bat wings indicating that over time, this is going to drain you. So, we can see it's coming to a head here, but I think you stayed in it well past its use by date. Let's just say, Aquarius, with that Ten of Swords in reverse. It's like it's overdue. This is overdue to complete and end. It's time to walk away from this. These people here, they're bound to the Devil, but these chains are loose enough for them to get them over their head and escape. But they're voluntarily staying in that because they're getting something out of it, and they think that that's a good enough payoff, but it's not. It's not. This is a situation that will take your energy. It will burn you out over the long term. There is a new dawn, a bright new dawn that wants to eclipse this darkness, that wants to lift this ominous, heavy energy from you, Aquarius. You've stayed in it long enough, and it is so due to complete. So due. The universe, this is your current energies here. The universe says that it is divine timing. It's predestined that, now is I'm going to say it's the cutoff date because I think it should have happened by now. But this is the universe saying, okay, the tables now need to turn. It is time. It's time to get you back on your path, Aquarius. I'm just seeing, I'm just seeing like, that sounds really ridiculous, but if you go onto the Uber app and you sign into it after you haven't seen where your car is coming to pick you up for a while, and it does a big leap on the map. This is what needs to happen for you. This is what's going to happen if you can release the situation. I think you're going to go through a really big leap forward in your development, in your energy, in opportunities coming in for you. Take your Uber leap, Aquarius. Silly, but that's the way I saw it in my mind. Because we have the Justice energy as well here too. So it's saying that it's time for a fair and just modification to come back. It's time for these universal scales to come back into balance. They've been out of balance for long enough, Aquarius. It's no way to live. And it's also, there's a strong sense of karma here. I think you've learnt the lesson that you signed up for in this situation. You've completed the karmic contract, and now it's time for that universal balance sheet to be added up. and for these scales to come back into balance. We have a sense of victory here with the Justice card. It's usually the victory for the party it is meant for, not for the party that just wants the victory. So it will work out in the favor of the person it's meant to, and I think that is definitely you, Aquarius. Now the Wheel of Fortune too, we've got 2 tens here. Strong completion, need to let this come to an end, because the Wheel of Fortune says that the decisions that you make now in the present will impact your next decade. You are setting up for your next decade, and we're closing out the previous one. There's no room for this in 2020, Aquarius. There's only room for things like this. Beautiful though, really beautiful. And in your near future, we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have Judgment. Yeah. So this is you, truly awakening to things. You might have voluntarily stayed in this situation, but potentially you were choosing, not to see things for how they really were, or for how bad they really were. In, the near future, so probably more like, sometime in December towards the end of the year, I think you're going to really awaken to the truth. You're going to see, maybe that there was wasted time and energy here. You're going to see that this situation kept you contracted, kept you small, kept you confined like these people here. And I think you're just absolutely going to be ready to burst into life like these people. Yeah, you might feel a bit stripped bare and vulnerable and naked without the, let's say, the comfortably numb protection of the situation after you've released it. But it is time for that. The divine wants to give you that wake-up call. This is your awakening to seeing things for how they are. Now, Judgment can be the card of second chances. It can ask you, is there anything you need to forgive from the situation? I think forgiveness is a great thing to have, to forgive yourself for staying in this situation, even forgive the other person. They might have been negative, but it's, we don't want to carry that into the next chapter. In terms of second chances, yes, you might be contemplating that. I don't feel, in relation to the cards I'm seeing here, that is a good path for you. I think this needs to complete, because there's new opportunities waiting for you, Aquarius. The divine is wanting to gift you something, but you need to create the space for it first. And we create the space by releasing dense energies that are no longer serving us. Because if we keep an energetic cord attached to a situation, it holds space within us, the space that these gifts can come in on. And with the Ace of Pentacles, though, it's a gift that comes in from the divine in terms of something in the material and the physical. It can be, about a solid offer coming in. It can be financial abundance. It's something in that in that physical, tangible realm. But it says in order to get this gift, there might be a path to walk, a mountain range to scale, or a portal to walk through. And I really feel that mountain that you needed to scale, Aquarius, is getting in control of this situation. And you'll just be so surprised that once you've released that, that's when things can just come in so easily. Like, this is just waiting right behind the door for you. So, with ace, aces, they are the first card in each suit of the tarot decks. This is the number 1 of Pentacles. And, this has actually come out so much in these end of year readings. It's just, indicates that there is new beginnings on hand for everyone. That is the current planetary energy. As number 1 in the suit of Pentacles, we need to nurture it like a seed. We need to, if you think you put a seed in the ground, you don't just walk away and leave it. You have to water it, you have to nurture it, maybe even sing to it, and that's what makes it expand and grow. Otherwise, these possibilities can just fall. Like if this was to come in and then you were to go back into the situation, I'm just seeing that little sprout, withering. So we must take action to keep on expanding it. We must keep up with the forward movement. Now, what tarot says is the likely outcome if things carry on the current trajectory, current path. 2 number 8s, we have Strength in the Major Arcana, and we have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, so 8 is the number of mastery and power, Aquarius. This is about you coming back into your power after a period of time where you were probably out of power. Maybe even being controlled in some way. So it's you stepping into your strength. and having the strength and courage to potentially walk away for good, finally, from something that wasn't serving you. 2020 for you, Aquarius, is all about forward movement. It's all about finding out where this pathway out of the situation is leading to. This person here in that Eight of Cups has turned their back already. I feel like, given the cards here, you've already done that, but maybe you don't know, the path hasn't revealed itself yet as to how to walk out of the situation, but you just need to start taking the first tentative steps. So I was just checking that that we were still recording, as it's happened to me too many times now that Mercury's in retrograde. It's about turning your back on the situation that was not emotionally fulfilling for you. We've got 8 cups here, so there was a lot of good in the situation for a period of time. I think that's why you stayed in it. But there was a fundamental piece missing, a piece of your jigsaw puzzle, so you could never complete your picture, you could never feel fully satisfied, and you're now moving on, wanting to walk towards 9 and 10 of Cups reality, which is about proper satisfaction, joy, love, contentment, having your wishes fulfilled in that emotional realm. Now, the reminder here is to tune into your intuition. The answers lie within you, Aquarius. You have enough inner wisdom to know what is right for you. The Strength card talks about taming our inner demons, or taming those devil energies within us, coaxing them back under control. Meeting any emotions with their opposite counterpart to bring ourselves into balance. For example, if there's residual, anger, or resent from the situation, having compassion and forgiveness, which is like the medicine for overcoming the situation on more of an emotional level. And when we do that, when we get ourselves in balance, Aquarius, that's when we realize our infinite power, our infinite potential. That's when we achieve self-mastery, and that's when we make the best decisions for us. All right, beautiful. So I do see that you're going to be moving on. You're walking into 2020 with your head held high, Aquarius. So let's go to your cards here, oracle cards. First one here, we have Starseed. What lights you up? Yeah, all about new beginnings like this. Starseeds are souls with a double mission, to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated somewhere else beyond this planet. Many starseeds arrive with that feeling that time is running out and that there is something they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pulled this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer that call, to follow what lights you up. Yeah, if you're a light worker or a starseed, Aquarius, you absolutely cannot exist in the darkness. You need to purge those denser energies, and you're really being called to evolve and expand, because that's part of your soul's mission on this path. Right, and your yogic path card. These are beautiful cards. Dumavati, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if I'm not. Okay, this is perfect for this reading. You, my darling, have finally realized that all of the hardships and the struggles you faced were brought on your path for a very important reason. They've shaped you into the person that you are today. You have put together the dots on the most difficult points of your journey and realized that it was all necessary to be here now. Dumavati has come to remind you to give thanks to the struggles you've faced. They have made you your highest self. So, the situation was probably karmic contract here, Aquarius, to allow you to experience that so that you know that you won't be drawn to that again. And, you're using this to transmute, to transform your situation as almost like I'm seeing a springboard, to springboard yourself into the positive energies that are going to come in for 2020. So Aquarius, that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's a brilliant end of the year for you. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so I'm not saying this is the end of the year for every Aquarius. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll be back here for more readings with you soon.